Okay, here we are. Welcome to Scum and Villainy in Star Wars, a one-shot. I just uploaded OBS, so maybe everything is broken, but I don't think so.
Wouldn't be Sunday without technical
Well,
gremlins.
the videos look fine.
Exactly.
Just the audio might be messed up, and I can't tell that.
Okay, I'm loading it right now.
Okay. What do we got?
All right, it sounds fine to me right now,
Perfect.
even though there was a bit of silence after I said I'm checking right now.
Yes. Okay. Um. So Zen, do you want to tell us about this? What you have prepared?
Yeah, so on the Blades in the Dark forums, and special shout out, and I'll even put it in writing here, to a user there, uh, and I'm guessing it's Tim Denis is how you pronounce it, but he put together a hack for Scum and Villainy, which is set in Hutt space in the Star Wars universe. Scum and Villainy is itself a Forged in the Dark game based on Blades in the Dark, where you play you know, amoral people in space trying to make money, and you can set it in basically any science fiction setting that most people are familiar with. You want to do
Yeah,
Firefly, you want to do Star Wars, you want to do, basically anything else.
yeah. See,
Exactly.
see Guardians of the Galaxy, et cetera, et cetera,
Yeah.
et cetera.
Cowboy Bebop, whatever you want to do. Uh, so in this particular one shot, we're all playing bounty hunters um, in Hutt space. So it's a sector of the galaxy that the Imperial forces in the timeline that we're using, which is right around the Battle of Yavin, probably a little bit before.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's a sector of space where the Imperials are encroaching, but they don't have power. The Hutts are working with them, and that's keeping them at bay. So there's a weird power structure here where, like, the Hutts are in charge, but the Imperials are still there enforcing their own thing. And that makes doing what you guys do both dangerous and interesting. So, and that's what we're primarily involved in, is dangerous and interesting.
Yep.
So,
Where there's danger, there's money to be made.
Hmm.
uh,
There's always credits.
Yeah.
so yeah, we've got a crew of 4 people, all bombing around the galaxy on a newly acquired VT-49 decimator
Yep.
called the
Do you want to
Judge.
explain what a VT-49 estimator is? Because we have a
Yeah,
variety of Star Wars experience in here, I
yeah.
think.
So if you're familiar with the Millennium Falcon, the VT-49 decimator was made as the Imperial version of the Millennium Falcon, right?
So it's like a freighter ship?
It can carry 80 tons of cargo. It's got 2 quad laser turrets mounted on it, one on the top, one on the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
It's crewed by 4 people, 2 gunners, a pilot and a co-pilot. But it's got enough room for a complement of, I think, 6 more people. So you guys are outfitted with a brig for anyone that you're bounty hunting, so you can keep them
Nice.
alive. You have a back to tank just in case you get injured. You can come in and soak in that and
Yeah,
get a
your
bonus to
magical
your
healing
healing.
pod. Okay.
Yeah, it's if as long as you can picture the Millennium Falcon with a bunch more angles and just more brutalist, you're
Yeah,
there.
it
TIE
looks
fighter and
it looks
Millennium
meaner
Falcon.
Yeah.
than the Millennium Falcon.
If the
Right.
TIE fighter and a Millennium Falcon had a baby.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically.
Because that's
Yes.
yeah.
I need
Because
to know
all
how
the
that
ba-
biology works.
Because all bad guys have the same style of ship
Yeah.
for some reason.
Every bad guy has to have a bad mean-looking ship. That's how it works.
But yeah, so do you guys want to introduce characters first, or do we want to jump into the opening and then introduce there?
I think the opening probably would make sense
Okay.
first, I think. So this is something that Zen provided to me. I just saw it before we started the stream, and I will be reading it out loud. Everyone, I guess, tune into the stream to watch it alongside the crawl. And
I want to watch the crawl. I'm a big fan of the crawl.
okay, I will be deafening myself, so I can't hear you guys. You're welcome to comment amongst each other. Uh,
This is the stream. I had to make a new account, so I lost all my old stuff.
okay.
What
I
is this
can-
account?
Well, you are watching this on twitch.tv/Primarchthemage. If someone else can link it, I'm going to start the...
I linked it
crawl.
in our group chat.
Okay.
Branding.
Thank you.
Branding.
Oh, right, hold on. It doesn't let me deafen from here. I have to go to Discord directly, which then I think froze the cameras. It's a whole thing. No, cameras are good. Okay, good. Okay. A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away. Scum and Villainy. Episode 1-shot. Hutt Space. It is a period of expansion for the evil galactic empire. Emperor Palpatine's grasp on the galaxy grows ever tighter as his imperial fleets spread across known space. On the border of the Outer Rim, in the region known as Hutt Space, the Hutt, I forgot how this is pronounced, Khajiits, have managed to retain autonomy by cooperating with the encroaching Imperial forces. Pursued by the Empire's sinister Task Force Zero, a lone squad of bounty hunters race towards safe haven aboard a newly acquired starship, the VT-49 Decimator, known as the Judge. Also, this is automatically replaying. Don't automatically replay. Let's just go back to here. Okay, I'm back. Voices audio is on again.
Hmm.
And my mouse has disappeared.
I tapped back. I played the crawl music for me, and I tapped back in, and we got a force code.
Yes, you do.
Excellent.
I don't know how long it'll last. This robe is pretty warm, but
Okay.
so yeah, you are all currently on board the Judge, having just dropped out of hyperspace, having completed a mission and taken a little prize from yourself from Task Force Zero, the ship you're currently on. So we see the ship exit out of hyperspace and sort of fly over the camera. And a couple seconds later, we hear the boom boom out of hyperspace as two TIE fighters begin screaming towards you, lasers blasting away. We cut inside to the pilot seat, and we see, well, what do we see, pilot?
You see a dark blue-skinned Chiss, if I'm saying that correctly.
Mhm.
Got a scar on his face, a little bit of facial hair, just looks like a regular rugged pilot. Gripping the steering
Area.
Mechanism?
Yeah.
The space steering wheel.
Okay. So yeah, proximity alarms begin going off. I'm curious who's sitting next to the pilot in the co-pilot seat.
I don't know how to pilot.
I guess that'll
Anyone else have
be.
helm?
I don't know. No,
No, I assume I'm on one of the guns.
I'll stick in the next pilot seat then.
Okay. Yeah. What do we see when we pan over to the co-pilot? Obviously, not a Wookiee.
No, Ward is a human, male, about 40s. We're at it. Marissa's attempt to practice voice is going out the window now that it's existent.
Fair.
Um,
Oh, like what kind of clothes is the is your Stitch wearing?
yeah. Kind of what you'd expect to see a doctor in. Lab coat, scruffy a little bit, but the clothes are pretty nice. Ward's been working so long that basically being a doctor is defined him. He goes by medic, or doctor, or help, or ow, or whatever. He'll respond to it.
Fair enough.
Ow.
So as we pan back and we see both of these people sitting at the helm, the screen shakes a little bit as the laser blasts are hitting around you. Everybody hit.
Oh, space is gone.
You crashed. You're all dead. End of session.
That was so short.
But But yeah, like what is the general attitude? Like, what are you guys doing as this happens? Like, obviously you are under attack.
Frantically taking evasive maneuvers.
Okay.
Sing. Time we
Uh,
get hit.
so we pan out when we see the VT-49 decimator do a barrel roll and like peel off to the right as two TIE fighters come in behind it, just streaming around, keeping perfect aim on him. What are the other what? We'll pan over into one of the gun emplacements at the top. We see
I think you
the
first.
team's mystic.
Hmm. Yeah, so in the pilot seat is a Mandalorian in golden armor with black accents, and bits of gray on there as well painted. On his shoulder is his clan symbol, which is a Tukata skull, which I can explain what that is after we do the introduction.
Nerd.
Mm.
I googled, but yeah, on his hip is an old lightsaber, and he's in the gunner seat. His from below his helmet, he's got little like head tendrils. He is a Nautilin uh, underneath his helmet, and he's sitting there blasting away, trying to get some good shots, trusting his feelings.
All right.
Okay.
So yeah, we see that same outside shot, and the quad lasers firing particle cannons back because you guys are bounty hunters and you've invested in good guns. Um, where do we see the scoundrel of the group?
I think there's like a slam as the ship gets hit, and we hear a bang sort of from outside as he got sort of knocked into one of the walls as he was on his way to the other gun. And he says, I hate this. This sucks. He's just sort of yelling. I told you they were gonna find us. And he's finally like managed to get himself shakes again a bit as there's another hit. Finally straps himself into the gunner's seat and starts muttering to himself, "Okay, okay, okay, I can do this. I can do this. I can do this." He's human, sandy-haired, round-faced man. He's wearing like plain street clothes, like Han Solo without the leather jacket kind of thing.
Hmm.
But he looks very like nervous and he's trembling slightly in the situation. He is purely running on adrenaline right now. And he's like, okay, 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 just aim and fire as he mutters to himself and starts shooting back at the TIE fighters, probably not really hitting, but suppressing fire a bit.
All right. So as the as the scoundrel, what was your name again? I'm sorry.
Fen Harada.
Ben Harada. Yeah. As you fire wildly back, obviously not having a good feeling about this. Um, we pan back up to the pilot seat. We see Ezekiel or Ezekiel. Sorry,
Ezekiel, yeah.
Ezekiel. Um, furiously fighting with the controls, trying to outpace these guys. And I'm actually going to call for a test here to see how well you do.
Ooh.
Okay.
So with the ship stuff, unless you have some other ability, we can roll directly from the ship sheet. But you are a pilot, so you should have some capability here.
I have helm, yeah.
You do have helm. Okay, so you are on even footing. Your ship versus the two TIE fighters, so there's no quality differences or anything. So what are you doing like to avoid these guys? Like, what does your evasive maneuvering look like?
Yeah, so obviously a couple barrel rolls and just try to set the gunners up, the gunnery points up on decent shots, or what I would presume is a decent shot,
Okay.
their position.
All right, so we can turn this into a setup action that's actually you setting up the gunners and make their rolls better.
Okay.
So yeah, go ahead and roll helm. I'd say by default your position is risky and your effect is standard.
Okay. A bonus.
What's our? Do we have any starting gambits? I have as a
We
scoundrel.
have one gambit.
You do. You have one gambit. I don't know if you took the thing that gives
did.
another gambit. You did. Okay, so you have two. Yeah,
Okay.
and those are listed on the sheet for the ship.
Okay.
I do have keen eye whenever I can notice small details that others might overlook, so I gain 1d when firing ship guns or making a trick shot. Will
Okay.
this count as a bonus dice for
Since you're
type
since
of
you're primarily
situation?
doing maneuvers and not firing the
Piloting?
weapons, in this situation, I don't think it fits.
Oh, bonus die.
All right.
Okay. So yeah,
Cool.
double ones. Um, So yeah, in this instance, I think you try to outmaneuver them, but they anticipate. One of them gets ahead. They get a clean shot, and they hit your hyperdrive.
Chuta!
Was that what I
So,
think
yeah.
it was? I yell.
Yes, it was.
I don't think
Damn
this
it,
is going
Zeke.
as we planned.
You two gunners do something immediately, please.
I'm shooting as fast as it'll let me.
All right, so
Don't get beta C.
Do we want to do a group roll between just like me and you group rolling, Jordan, or Zen? Does that work?
Yeah, if you do both want to group roll it, sure.
Is this a scrap roll?
So it can be, or it can just be rolling your weapons basically on the ship.
Oh, okay. I didn't know the ship
How
had
do-
its own stat. Let me go grab it.
Yeah, so weapons are currently at 2.
That's
Oh, I mean,
better
it'd
than
be the
yeah.
same.
It's better than mine, so we should probably both.
Okay. Yeah.
We'll roll for weapons.
Okay.
Oh, do we, after this scene, do we want to pick who our favorite contact is for the crew?
Yep, we'll go through
Okay.
what we'll go through it. Where I think we're doesn't matter until we're finished the in media res.
Mm-hmm.
There's a gambit tracker actually right here.
Oh, is there?
Right under engines.
where?
Oh yeah, there it is. I
But-
missed it.
Yeah.
I'll leave it written because that's small and you might miss it. Okay,
Oh,
yeah.
I
but yeah,
missed it twice. Yeah.
If you two want to group roll the
Okay.
firing of the quad lasers, definitely.
Do you want to lead or do you want me to? On one hand, I'm the one who's feeling more stressed. On the other hand, you're probably better at shooting than me.
I'll lead.
Okay.
And then where is that roll?
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't roll automatically; it's a fortune roll.
Oh, okay.
So we'll just make a fortune roll.
Yeah. I gotta find where that is
Right
on the
at
sheet.
the bottom under friends.
Oh, there it is. Roll fortune. There it is.
Okay. Then I'll roll first and
2
see
dice.
if you pull me out of it. 5. Not bad.
Um,
No stress for
guns.
you. Okay.
4.
Okay, so middling success. So you both managed to eventually eventually, Ben, you managed to like wing one of the TIE fighters and it goes spinning off into the distance. Chick though, easily done. You move and fire and it just explodes right in front of you as the judge flies through the wreckage of the explosion.
Mhm.
Now, however, the damage you've sustained while doing this has forced you into a position where you need to land immediately. Currently, you have exited hyperspace after leaving Teth, which is here. You've exited just outside of the Outland transit station.
Oh.
Okay. I probably leave the guns and probably run straight toward the damaged area to assess how bad it is before I yell out to everyone like, "Oh no, this is bad. This is really bad. We need to land. Might explode."
I've already sent my astromech to get some kind of understanding of the damage to the ship.
Okay.
I had a bad feeling before we knew we were this damaged.
So we're heading for look at my co-pilot. Excuse me. Outline transit station it is. Shall we see to this damage? I don't really have anything for mechanical expertise, but
I'll go take a look and unclips. It's on back there.
Yeah, you walk back to the back of the cockpit and down the ladder, and into the second. Down to the second deck, and over to the engines, which are at the rear of the ship here. Yeah, you can just walking into the room, you can see that the hyperdrive is sparking badly. There's an astromech droid there, sort of going a little nuts. Like it goes and plugs into something, and there's massive amounts of sparks, and then you just see him spinning around in a circle. Yeah, the damage is sufficient that you guys can't make much of a trip. Really, the only place to land here would be Outland Station.
yeah, we've already set the course. I'm sure there's some kind of autopilot that can listen once we get closer. We'll some kind of beacon back to the cockpit.
I think Fen is just freaking out when he sees this, and he's trying to just like keep things from getting worse until we land. So he's gonna try and rig the hyperdrive to be less unstable. I don't
Okay.
think he's capable of like fixing the damage, not for hyperdrive, but yeah, he's gonna stabilize things for now. Try to find the right buttons to press.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Marissa, your character, are you helping? I think you mentioned you were going to.
I'll hand you a couple of screwdrivers.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Chick stays in the guns, just to make sure we're not being followed anymore.
Okay. What is my position?
You know, there's not. I'd say risky because you might screw something up doing this. Probably.
Okay. We could just lose the whole
and-
hyperdrive, maybe.
At least it's not
And
Tatooine.
I'd say standard effect.
I study it before they start doing that and see if I could see if this one goes there, that one goes there.
You want to
type
do a
of
setup
thing.
action to help? Are you so no one's at the helm right now?
Correct.
Okay.
And
If
head
you've
back
got,
up.
if
I
you've
was
got
I'll go
just
the
back
double
up to
idea
the
checking.
helm.
of a study action, I can do a study action before we do that.
Just to make sure it
Okay.
leads to the.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll take a look at the engine and, arms folded, just kind of bending down a little bit. I think that's the spot where it's wrong. We'll see how right I am.
Yeah.
Position effect?
First.
This setup, I think, only position matters, right?
Yeah, I
effect
think
the
so.
set.
Yeah, the effect is
Uh,
just that you give the +1 die.
Yeah, I'd
So-
say since you're standing back and just assessing, it's controlled. Like, there's really no risk to you here.
Sounds good. Yeah. Roll. There we go. 5.
Yeah. Yeah, so you point out a couple of connections where you're like, that power coupling is inverted. You're gonna kill yourself if you touch it. Fix that first.
Okay. So I like nod and it's like, yeah, good idea. Can you help me with the actual thing too? Because if I'm not mistaken, you can technically help with the setup action and then help
Mhm.
with stress as well if the fiction fits it, which here I think it would.
Yeah, if you want to spend stress to help, you can.
It's up to you totally.
You know what? Mechanically, I'm gonna go with nope.
Okay.
I'm handing you wrenches and whatnot, but I think you can do it.
Okay, please don't go wrong. Please don't go wrong. Please don't go wrong. I'm spending a gambit.
Okay. And for those that are familiar with blades, gambits are a thing in Scum and Villainy where you can spend them basically to add bonus dice.
Mhm.
They're a
And then
team resource.
Yeah, and some abilities are like spend a gambit to do this, or like it gives you like an additional thing when you spend a gambit.
Yeah.
Mm.
So as a heads up, my ability is never tell me the odds is the other ability I have. So I can generate gambits on desperate rolls if there's at least 1 6, and I also generate them even if I spend them. So if we get a 6, we get the gambit back.
That's right, because risky actually gets you
Risky is the only thing that
gambits.
normally gets you gambits if you hit a 6 or a crit.
Yep. All right, so yeah, you roll a 4. So yeah, you do manage to make it so that you give some emergency first aid to the hyperdrive, so nothing's gonna get worse. There's gonna be no critical fail of anything. You guys can make it where you need to go. But I think you're doing so. You get a couple of shocks and singes, and you burn one of your hands.
Okay. Level 1 harm?
Yep.
Or level 2?
Level 1.
Okay.
And it's nothing major, but it sucks, but it's not detrimental.
Okay.
I just give you, a pat on the back. Good job. Head back to the front.
I look at you. I give you like a look as you leave, but I don't say anything.
I just realized that I left you, with harm. Oops.
Yeah, you're a doctor, is what I'm thinking, and just leaving me with this burnt hand.
Okay, let's revise the actions there. Let me take a look at that.
I mumble under my breath and like look away while like showing you my arm. Still probably smoking slightly.
Okay. Sorry, I'm not terribly used to this one anymore. Is that just roll doctor essentially?
So first aid is
Yeah.
it's an ability in Blades. I don't know in this off the top of my head. Let me take a look at your sheet. Also, we have rules handouts.
I think patch might be the special ability. Oh, combat medic.
Yeah,
No.
which happens to be the one I have, but
Yeah.
While tending to a patient, when you doctor someone in combat, clear 1 stress. Okay, so yeah, you can doctor in combat. So you can doctor here.
okay. Guess the question is, how does that skill actually interact with the harm tracker?
Yeah.
It would fill the progress clock for recovery, basically.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right. Yeah. Okay. In which case, I'll give that a roll and. Here, let me see that and just grab your arm and take a look at it. Position effect.
Controlled standard.
Controlled standard.
Uh,
I'm not a great doctor,
so, yeah.
apparently.
She bandages up your hands. They still hurt like hell, and you can't use them.
Yeah, I'm just like I say thanks. I still
Welcome.
like I'm trying not to rub it under the over the bandages.
Don't touch that for a couple days.
Once I'm in the dorsal gun, so once I scan for a while and see there's no more TIE fighters, he basically will slide down the ladder and go Utrila, all clear. Oh, hold on, let me do my voice for that one.
Oh yeah.
Utrila, all clear. How's it going down here?
You could have just said that. No, never mind. Sorry.
Engine's mostly fixed.
We still
But I
need
think
to
we're
land.
landing at the next station.
Yeah.
And while you're all standing here, you do suddenly realize that one of your contacts does reside on Outland Station. And if you guys want to pick your favorite contact, that would be on that station.
Oh sweet.
Go right ahead. So the options we have are Trax Typho, an ace reporter, Jeel Redeem, a rebel commander, Ru La, a weapons dealer, IG-88K, a mercenary, Shill, a fixer, Jan Meagle, a journalist, Mara Vale, a Black Sun Vigo. Vigo is a boss. HK-47, a weapons dealer, Ishi, a deep space hunter, or Chungo the Hutt, a fixer.
Oh, God.
We want a
What?
Hutt fixer.
So a fixer is like someone who like sets up jobs, I assume.
Yeah.
I feel like that's probably like the most helpful for a bounty hunting crew, right? It's like a
Yeah.
hut that like fixes us like bounty hunting jobs. Either that or like the Vigo, because I assume a boss is like, yeah, I'll pay you this much money to go find this guy who owes me money.
Yeah, but Black Sun's bad news, Jedi.
That- to quote Ahsoka Tano, I am no Jedi.
That's right.
I
As
like
much as I love
picking Chungo as
IG-88
a
and
player
HK.
because my character doesn't like Hutts.
Oh, so you're a racist.
No, my character
I mean, there are
has a
perfectly
history
viable
with
reasons
Hutts.
to not like Hutts.
Yeah.
Like
You want to go with Shill?
No, as a player, I'm good with it. If we want to have that thing with my character,
I also,
issues.
because looking at the weapons dealer, that's obviously a Wookiee. That can't not be a Wookiee. A Wookiee weapons dealer sounds awesome.
Does.
But, there's so many.
Yeah, there are quite a few here.
Because I assume IG-88 is the IG-88.
It's the same series.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
There's a bunch
just like
of
the
them.
HK-47.
Yeah.
It's just an HK-47 droid.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
It could
I
be
don't
the HK-47. I'm down to leave it to a roll.
Yeah,
Just
Not too
pick
bad.
a couple that we like and then leave it to a D whatever.
it's a D10 stock. So
I just straight D10, and
I'm
if
good
we
with
land
that.
on something that we
Just roll a
actually
D10.
don't like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Ace Reporter doesn't really fit.
Yeah.
in
I
my
agree
opinion,
with that.
but the rest are fine by me.
Yeah.
Okay, D10 and hope not for a 1.
If it's a 1, then we go to Chungo.
There's a D9. Oh, that's not a roll.
That didn't roll. Yeah,
Never mind.
I'll roll a D9. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 7th one down, since we're not counting the first, means Mara Vale. Black Sun
Hey.
Vigo.
Okay.
all right.
Nope.
Perfect.
All right, so we diagonal wipe away from the ship, and we see you all coming in. The ship itself flies from off screen in front of the Outland transit station, and it circles down. We see it coming in slowly, landing at the docks. Now, Outland Transit Station itself is a rather eclectic mix of a bunch of different things going on. Let me pull up the system thing here. We are in. There we go. So officially, this place is just a refueling depot, right? But
Mhm.
unofficially, there's all kinds of smugglers going in and out all the time. It's right next to the Trielis trade route, which is most people refer to it as the Hutt Highway, because
Right.
it's
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. We
Hmm.
lost our Force Ghost.
And- oh,
Oh.
Welcome
there
back.
he is.
yeah. My internet seems to be going a little weird.
Oh. We last heard the Hutt Highway.
Because it
Okay.
is something.
I assume
bec-
it leads to Nile Hutta.
Well, what it does is it bypasses a lot of imperial trade.
Like inspection.
Arcades and
Yeah,
things.
those kinds of things. Yeah. So a
Yeah.
lot of spice goes through there. It peaks into the outer rim where control is even less.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of the smugglers use it as a main route of moving goods and services. You also know that there's tons of Hutt operatives and Imperial agents here, just as a matter of course. The Empire has a strong presence on Teth, where you just were, and this is just one system over, so they come here pretty easily. But yeah, you land on the docks. There are when you come down the ramp, you notice that there's basically an army of worker droids here, just moving goods back and forth into ships, things like that. It's very busy. Ships are constantly taking off and landing. But yeah, you're here. What is your plan?
Well,
Got to get the hyperdrive fixed.
you know we're gonna
Find
have
out
to
how
owe her
much
another
that's gonna
favor
cost.
after that.
Yes.
Nothing that can be done there.
So,
All right.
could we find our contact here on the station?
Should I hide my arm?
Have a contact?
Will they give us sympathy points with her, you think? Or just she'll laugh at me? She'll laugh at me. Okay. I'd like
She would
go.
indeed laugh at your incompetence.
I just like gingerly, over the course of several minutes, in the background, I'm putting a glove on my bandaged arm to try and hide it.
There's a saying among my people, ukor bokor, which into basic literally means when push comes to shove. I feel like we are the ones being shoved currently.
Not wrong. So it's just droids in the dock area?
Mostly, yeah. I mean, there are some humans wandering around. There's some Imperial stormtroopers led by an Imperial naval officer. Looks like they're doing random inspections here and there. They don't seem to be coming towards you, so you should be safe in that regard. But they are present.
Mm. I'm ticking my concealing robes because even though I look like a Mandalorian, I still have a lightsaber on my hip, so I'm gonna conceal that.
Fair enough.
The Empire typically
just-
doesn't ask if you're a Jedi or not; they just do it.
So you're just wearing like robes over your armor and helmet?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
It's like a really big guy. Like
Yeah, that's several layers
don't-
at that point.
I could be a Trandoshan. I could be a Wookiee. You don't know.
Mm-hmm.
He's just big.
So yeah, basically there are three main locations at the Outland Transit Station. There's the docks where you're at. There's an entertainment district which has tons of little cantinas and what are called tap cafes, beer garden type drinking establishments. There's sabacc parlors, gladiatorial arenas, other less notable establishments, less legal.
Mhm.
And then there's Merchants Row, which is just a bazaar of all kinds of goods and services that you can buy. Probably your best bet for finding parts would be there if you aim to purchase them. But if you're looking for Mara, she'd be in the entertainment district at one of the tap cafes.
Yeah.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but we're flat broke, aren't we?
You do have 2 credits in
Ah.
the team fund.
Never mind then.
So I
I
have
believe-
under fast friends, I have Triv, a space mechanic. He's not on this station, is he?
He is yours to invoke as per the rules of the game.
Sure.
Definitely be on the station.
Yeah, I'm gonna go find Triv. I'll let everybody know that I know a mechanic on the station, and I'm gonna go find my friend.
You need any backup, I
you
say? Not eager to meet our Black Sun contact.
Certainly.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Chick will like. If you two are doing that, I believe Mara is the type of individual who would not like us to just show up on her doorstep and not say hello. So
You'd-
I can take that burden.
Perhaps the Stitch can go with you. Just
If you
gonna
would be so kind, Doctor.
Good with that.
All right. So yeah, we see you both heading off or all 4 of you heading off in different directions in 2 teams, splitting the party in the first 2 scenes. That's great.
It's very Star
Blades.
Wars.
It's very Star Wars, very Blades.
It is.
So yeah, I think the the first thing we see as we wipe over to a very glitzy walkway, basically a large alley, with all kinds of neon signs to the left and right. Every race you can imagine walking past you. It's mostly human or at least humanoid. But there are like some Bith and a couple of Chiss and some Ithorians wandering around. But yeah, you do come to Grux's lounge where you know that Mara is. And there are two bodyguards standing outside, very visibly wearing Black Sun insignias.
Oh, Black
Um,
Sun, Criminal Syndicates,
Yep.
something to do with Jedi. Anything else I should know?
They're nothing to do with Jedi. They're everything to do with making money on crime. They are. It's my understanding that they are the Italian mob analog, sort of in some respect.
They're the more, I guess, civilized, organized crime.
Mhm.
yeah, I think Darth Maul ran them for a little bit. I don't
think
Oh,
so.
remember for
he ran a
sure.
bunch of them. Yeah, he had
Yeah.
he had his own super syndicate, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, so I guess I will just go with the doctor and just approach the guards and say, hello, we are requesting, is Mara available?
Who wants to know?
I just pull my
Whatever.
hood back to reveal my helmet.
I don't see many of you lot out here, but I know enough not to fuck with you. All right, give me a second.
Thank you.
Yeah. And he disappears outside while his friend sort of steps in front of the door with his hand on a blaster. A few seconds later, you hear from the back, well, why the fuck didn't you just let him in? Come on, that guy's useful. Just get the hell out of the way. And you hear like somebody being pushed and a clatter as some things fall. And coming to the doorway is a very large woman, probably about 7 feet tall, like human, but in massive proportion. She's just big.
Mhm.
And she walks up to you with purpose and puts her hand out to you. Sorry, I'm learning names again. Chick.
Yep.
And
Mhm.
and greets
Yeah,
you.
and I will clasp it as a Mandalorian should.
Yeah. And when your hands are together, she sort of pulls you in the door and she's like, "How the hell you been? Look, I don't know why you're here, but I've got some problems and you got the kind of solutions that I love to deal with."
Yeah, like the hand clasp. I go, Mara, you son of a bitch. No, yeah. So
I'll
it
just
seems
tell.
that. Oh, after you, Doctor.
No, go ahead.
It seems that luck would have it that we have arrived on the transport station. So I believe we could hear out a job if you have a job. I bring it back to the rest of the crew.
Yeah, I'm always willing to work with you, and you know, not that I think you're insulting my intelligence, but just happening to land on the station and coming in like a smoking wreck, two different things. Uh,
It appears your eyes are far and wide on the station.
there's nothing that happens here that we don't know about.
Indeed.
So yeah, she pulls you into the back room, and she, along with the doctor, and sits down in a fairly opulent looking chair, and there are two much less opulent chairs for you guys to sit at on the other side of a table. She leans back, lights a death stick, looks back at you, and says, "Listen, we got a couple of problems that we need dealing with, and it can't be tied back to us. And I know you guys have a bit of a reputation around for, getting things done that, other people might be squeamish about.
What do you need?
She reaches into her vest and pulls out 2 discs and slides them across the table at you. You'll recognize them as bounty pucks.
Any information on the targets?
Chain code's there. One of them's into us for a lot of cash, and we need him back. Alive, but break him if you need to. The other one, well, there's a lot of pressure on that one. A lot of people asking around, and it has been made clear to me that it would be in the Black Sun's benefit if we were to have our hands on that particular individual.
Could you disclose who else is looking for this person?
I mean, you're certainly not the only one with the puck.
We talking
And-
Empire?
Anyone that wants to make a quick buck. The other thing about this is the payment. It's not quite clear where it's coming from.
And this is an individual you would like alive as well, or if we can't apprehend them alive? I just gesture to where my lightsaber would be.
Yeah. So you pick up the puck and it springs into life. A holographic image of a Twi'lek male, wearing standard like a leather vest and a white shirt and like cargo pants basically.
Ugh.
And she says, and you notice the crawl going around in Galactic Basic. One word is green, the other one is red, dead or alive. She's like, payment's less if he comes back dead, but it's still acceptable.
What did they do?
That's not our call. All I know is my bosses want him.
Interesting. I believe if we are here anyway, and as you saw, our ship is a little damaged, we have a good working relationship. I'm sure the rest of the crew wouldn't mind. For our standard fee, of course,
Well, listen, I can probably I can get you folks up and running as sort of a prepayment because I trust you, but realize if you screw me, the next puck I got in my hands has got all your faces on it.
As it should be. Our business would not work if there's not a modicum of trust between us.
That's why I like you. You're very upfront about these types of things. Trust in our business, it's all we have. But yeah, she basically says that she'll get your ship up and running. But she'll waive the fee at the end of the bounty. Like this is going to be your payoff. Is
that for both pucks or just for one?
For the
Twi'lek?
dead or alive.
For the dead or alive one.
Which
is the one that's like.
Yeah.
Okay.
The other one's an internal matter with the Vigos. It's just someone that owes her some money.
Okay. Do we have like communicators?
Yes, you would, but let's switch over to the other group and see how they're doing. Down in the Merchant's Row. Okay. We see the two of you walking along what is obviously the auto parts like part of Merchant's Row, where there's all kinds of large pieces of engines and droids wandering around, like moving things and working on repairing other pieces of technology. So you have a friend here. Who's your friend, and what do they look like? What do they do?
He's a ship mechanic named Triv. So I would think he's probably just a skinny, like Weasley looking guy, but he's a good mechanic. So he has a mullet.
Awesome. So yeah, it takes you a little while to find him because he doesn't own his own store. He's just here because it's a good place to get parts. But eventually you do spot him across the bazaar a little ways, probably about 40, 50 feet away. And he notices you as you begin walking up to him. He's like, "Hi, Ezekiel, what you doing here, man?"
I need some work done on my ship, recently acquired.
"What kind of work?"
Well, our hyperdrive is a bit damaged, and I'd rather keep the Imperials away from our ship.
Yeah, I feel you. I understand. What exactly? What's the job pay?
Depends on the modifications to the current hyperdrive. You could insure me, and usual fare, I would assume.
What you driving these days?
It is a VT-49 Tomato.
How the hell did you get your hands on one of them? You sign up with
wouldn't.
them Empire folk?
I've
I
been
did not.
like standing back a bit and like looking around, kind of um I would say less nervously than normally, but at that mention, I just like slightly shake my head towards our pilot, like, don't, don't say.
Yeah, I
But-
wouldn't concern yourself with how we acquired the vessel. Just perhaps fix the hyperdrive.
Oh man, I ain't gonna lie. That's I ain't never worked on one of them before. That'll be an interesting experience. What's damage? How'd you blow it up?
TIE fighters, a
Oh.
little close for comfort.
Yeah, you can see him like get increasingly more nervous the more details he gets of this.
Yeah. I think at this point I step in slightly and I say it's not a big hit. It's not anything more than a normal patrol that went badly. They just got a single glancing blow, and I'd sort of describe the basics of what I know about the hyperdrive. I tried to fix it myself, but it didn't work out so well, and it was on at the time. I like slightly ungloved my hand to show him.
Oh damn, man! Yeah, I've done that like 7 times. You gotta be careful with them
Do you
power
have any
couplings,
like
man.
ointments or how is it treated? And I sort of like use the injury to try and connect with him. I want to try and like allay his nervousness.
Yeah, I think when you ask like how it's treated, he points down the road to a local drinking establishment. It's like, I fix it in there, man.
Perfect. But yeah, no, I think I try to sort of distract him from his nervousness and thank him for like that's not a bad idea.
Pull out some death sticks and hand them to him too.
Yeah, yeah, he'll definitely take them and smoke in public. I don't know if that's against the rules in Star Wars, but he
Probably.
will.
I
don't
always
think
felt
they
like
care.
death sticks were like cigarettes, right?
I think
like,
I'm
They're
on-
basically
the-
cigarettes.
Yeah,
But I
out
don't,
here
but I
it
don't know
wouldn't
how
be
socially
illegal.
acceptable it is to smoke in public in a galaxy far, far away.
Yeah.
They are called death sticks.
The death sticks
You get
are
a side eye from a stormtrooper. Like, oh, that's not cool, man. You can't do that here. Have you heard of secondhand death?
Didn't they establish in one point? No, in the new trilogy.
They have filter.
They do?
They have
Okay.
like filtrations on their helmets. Yeah, because I remember in the new trilogy.
It was a point that they
Um,
didn't, or something like that, because it was cheaper.
No, they did, but they're like, hey, this one thing that we can like make the Falcon like gas out like will not be filtered by their helmets.
Oh, okay. That's very specific.
Yeah, I don't remember like the specific like
Yeah.
caveat, but it was like, hey, this will like knock them out because it's not lethal.
Oh, it's
so
because
it
they
won't
were
get
just
filtered.
smoke filters, is what I think it was in
Yeah.
the new trilogy.
I don't ascribe to any use of that armor when one blaster bolt kills you.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's why I was a Mandalorian and not a stormtrooper.
Anyways,
Yeah. Anyway, if you guys want to try to convince him to get to help you out, you definitely do that. But he's at ease, but he's still hesitant about getting his ass shot off by stormtroopers.
Yeah. I think I'm describing the ship and the hyperdrive to him in a sort of like trying to present it as a once in a like sort of a career opportunity for him to like see one of these hyperdrives in action kind of thing. I'm not presenting it as obviously like such, but I'm just like, oh, it like it has it. I'm describing it as new and shiny when I was working on it, kind of. Totally not just
Yeah.
polishing it up for him.
Given that he's a ship mechanic, I'll give the roll a bonus die for that tactic.
Okay. Are you also saying anything, Ezekiel? Or just kind of let
Yeah,
us
I'll
hit it off?
let you guys hit it off because yeah, he's not really the best with people.
Okay. I will roll sway. What is my position and effect?
I'd say risky standard. He knows enough that if this goes poorly, he might talk.
Okay. Ugh.
So what you get back from him is, yeah, man, not a problem. Just let me go get my tools, and I'll be right along. What hangar bay you in?
Notice that he kind
I
of
don't-
just
I think I
No.
just say what hangar bay it is because it isn't because I think that I'm getting off on well with him.
Yeah. He's like, all right, I'll meet you there. Couple ticks, not a problem. I just gotta grab some special tools. And he like makes his exit.
Yeah. About 5 seconds
Mm.
after he leaves, I realize like the bad feeling. That
Yes.
there's a bad feeling about
he's
this.
not coming back, is he?
Maybe we should get back to the ship and see how the others are faring. And I'll pull out the communicator and
Yeah. Well, who calls who first? Because
I'd say
It's
yeah,
we get a
have
call
our
from
call
you
come
as
through.
we
yeah, so your favorite song from Max Rebo and his sweet, sweet jizz music. 'Cause that is what the music is called.
Yes, it
Yep.
is.
It's just a picture of like Chick's helmet, just like, like it just pops up. Like he's smiling behind it, but you can't.
So yeah, your communicator rings.
Yeah.
And you are connected.
we probably like one of us takes out a small hologram communicator and then we both like look at it and we see the holographic like version of you both.
We have a
Really?
job if we so choose.
Good. I think it's time to take it then because we good.
Comes with a fixed engine if we give up on the pay.
I don't think-
Mara.
Do we have any other options?
No,
Yes,
it didn't work out.
Oh, Mara
No,
offered.
I
to-
mean you think it worked out.
I think like a few seconds afterwards, I think it might hit. Not for sure, but like the bad feeling of like
Mara
maybe.
offered for one puck to fix our ship for us free of charge for the one puck, and the other is just someone who owes Mara a lot of credits.
Any of them are they both on station?
I would believe so if she gave us the pucks for here if we can't fly away.
These guys on station? Just talking off screen too.
So you notice that the puck for the guy that owes money is on station. The other one, there is a last known location.
And it's not on the station.
Correct.
It is.
Our ship still works. It just doesn't. We can't.
The hyperdrive.
fly
It's
that.
just-
We can,
Yeah, you can't
we can fly
jump to light speed.
within the outer rim border area, right?
Okay.
say
Yeah,
we
so-
go get. I say we hit both.
We might
Yeah.
want to go get the one off station first, and then come back and get the other guy while we get the hyperdrive fixed.
Maybe secure a hangar with Mara for the ship to keep it out of Imperial eyes.
Just in case. Nothing happened.
I can relay this information to Mara as she is directly across from me. And here's exactly what we're saying.
Yeah, I'm like, I get a lot more nervous when you say that.
Yeah, like does Mara give us a nod like, yeah. Like, can we do the off station one first and then come back?
She nods her head. She's like, it doesn't matter how you get it done, as long as you get it
Mhm.
done. And if you need transportation, in sector, we can make that happen.
Mm.
Much appreciated. As long as we do not need to jump to hyperspace, I believe our new ride, as I believe Ezekiel has called it, should suffice. And the other one that is on station, I can assume he won't get off station.
Well, he certainly doesn't have enough money to pay me. I just can't find the bastard.
If he is here, we will find him. But first, we will do the more dangerous one, because we like risk.
Fortune always favors the
Yes,
bold.
love risk.
So meet back at the judge. Excellent.
Okay. Do we like slide wipe over to it?
Yep. Yeah, we slide wipe, seeing you all walking up the plank
Yep.
and into the ship.
Oh man, that was a long jog.
So the puck that you have lists the last known location in Ulesia.
Ooh,
Which-
that's pretty far.
Yep, but
It
it's still
is.
within the
Right there.
system. Or not the system, but like the... We don't
Sector.
need... Sector. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, will we have to jump to hyperspace? I don't think we will, right?
No, I'm the only time you need to jump to hyperspace is taking one of the lanes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like going
orange
between.
areas, between
Okay.
sectors.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
Then I think let's just fly over towards it. Well, like while we're
Yeah.
flying, we'll take a look at any details we can find.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you do have access to the outer rim border sheet. It gives you like the basic overview of Ulesia.
Okay.
It's one of the most important spice processing centers in the galaxy. It imports vast quantities of raw spice from Kessel and Ryloth to refine into a usable product. It's a drug manufacturing planet.
Yeah.
Excellent.
It's tropical, warm, shallow seas sprinkled with thousands of tiny scattered islands and 3 small continents. There's a weird religion here and a couple of colonies and some notable people. The only thing you mechanically you need to be aware of is if you indulge your vice here, it's +1 die to your roll the next time you indulge your vice here. So it's a good
Cool.
place to kick back and relax if you're into, getting
Crime.
Substances.
getting lit.
This is Party World. Space Jamaica.
Perfect.
But yeah, there are a lot of establishments here that cater to both people coming to relax and to deal the spice. And Chick, you have some rebel ties, correct?
I counted them as rebels. Just Mandalorian resistance.
I also have some rebel ties. That was my background.
Yeah.
All right. Then yeah, anybody with some rebel background would know that there is a rebellion presence on Ulesia as well.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Perhaps there is a covert there.
Oh.
Should we check in with the Black Sun boss here on Yalessa?
Yeah, there is also a Black Sun presence.
Yeah. I
It
think
being the huge-
anything that they would know, they would have told us for the bounty, unless they
Yeah.
tell us
That's
anyways.
true. It'd already be on the puck, right?
But
Yeah, it'd already be on the puck. If they're competing bosses too, like,
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't want to say like we're friends with Mara, right?
Right.
yep.
What's the name of who we're after?
Yeah, do they have a name?
Oh yeah. Name of the person. The bounty.
Oh, I'm sorry. My internet was freaking out again. I couldn't hear. You're looking for a name for the person?
Yeah, the person we're
Yeah, the
hunting.
person we're looking for.
Ishragal. Oh,
Okay.
can't really see that, but yeah.
Yep. I think I might know someone I can call and ask. See if they might know where he went. He's a Twi'lek, you said, right? Male Twi'lek?
Yep.
Okay. I'll call ahead, I suppose. And I think I still know all of the people on the list, right? It's just that which one's good friend, which one isn't, right?
Right. Yeah, you have access to all of them. One of them doesn't like you much, and one of them likes you more than the others.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I'm going to call Aura, an info broker. I suspect that being a drug planet, I think there's a lot of loose lips, so she might be based out of here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give her a call and talk to her.
Okay. You sit down at the console. The hologram pops up
Mhm.
when they answer. What do we see when it pops up?
Um, I don't know what type of name Aura typically is. I'm thinking maybe an Ithorian, like someone kind of out of place
Okay.
looking. And she obviously is speaking Ithorian to us, so it's hard to tell exactly.
Isham dan Gelfa.
Yeah.
Uchi dan Gelfa.
Exactly. Words like that, but there's subtitles.
They in the book of Boba Fett, there's actually an Ithorian who has like a thing that's on
Oh,
their
right.
neck.
Yeah.
So when they
A
talk, it live
translator.
translates. Yeah.
That makes
She would
no
have that.
sense.
It
It
doesn't
makes no
make
sense,
It
but
makes
it's
no
cool.
sense. But as an info broker, she might actually use one.
Yeah.
Either way, I think it's more interesting if she doesn't. And Fen says, Aura, it's been a while. How are you doing? Swallow nervously.
Yeah. Subtitles just say, "Fine. How are you?"
I'm good. I'm good. Listen, I'm on my way to Alesia, and I wanted to check in and see if there was anything that I could uh, learn about a situation going on there, maybe that you might know something about. You know how it is, just business casual,
Is this a favored contact or just a contact?
just neutral.
Okay. In that case, I think they're like, what information are you looking for? You know, I'm pretty plugged in.
Yeah. No, it's just I'm looking for Twi'lek, um, the guy. He goes by the name of Hishra Goral. Have you heard anything about him? He's might be hiding out there, or something might have happened to him.
I am unfamiliar with what a surprised Ithorian looks like, but that's what you're looking at right now.
Okay.
Just the eyes appear and go wider.
Yeah. Um,
And they're like, I've been hearing that name a lot lately.
am I not your first customer about this?
No, just a chatter back and forth. That name's on a lot of lips.
Well, if I'm gonna hear it when I land, anyways, I'm like starting to get less nervous and more into the groove. You can see as I get more comfortable talking to them, and I say, "Well, if some of the stuff we're gonna hear as soon as we land, I guess could that be a freebie?"
Sorry, meaning what's
Meaning, could she tell me what she has heard, at least the information she's heard for free without any payment or anything as an info broker? Um, if it's just the like not classified information that I will pretty easily discover myself once we land. Just save us some time.
She's like, she says, "Look, let me save you a lot of heartache here. I will tell you the one of the places that we got a transmission from. The name of a person that was talking about this, named Inquisitor Rix."
Oh shit.
Yeah, I like stop with the like same. If I was an Ithorian, I would look exactly like she did a minute ago. Oh,
Yeah, there's a lot of heavy hitters talking that name. You might want to be real careful there.
thanks for the heads up. Um, I hate to ask, where where did you hear he was from? Not the Inquisitor. I yeah, I have to bite. I can turn away later.
Where's Hishra from?
Not where's he from, but like where I think I'm still asking for more info. Like, where were people talking about him? What
Like,
kind of
like what's the
situation?
context of what they're talking about?
Yeah.
She's like, look, everything that I've been monitoring, they've been real careful about what they've said about him, just that they're looking for him. Now, that tells me that what I might know is very valuable. And if you want to know that, I mean, it's my job. It wouldn't be
No,
worth
I
my
know,
time
I
to
know, I
just
know.
go
I understand.
spilling the tea.
But if you know something, then okay. Where should we meet?
Information is worth the credits.
Or well, I guess we can send we don't have to pay in person. We can send credits digitally. Okay.
Yep.
Then I say, okay, well, this seems like a big deal. I'll message you soon. I just need to check with the crew if they're all up for this. Something with an Inquisitor attached to it.
All right.
I'll call you back.
Doors always open.
Yeah. So I go and I tell the crew basically.
Mhm.
I say, I don't want to do this. I just say plainly to everyone after explaining what I heard.
Is it common knowledge that Inquisitors are basically Dark Force users?
I
It's common
assume
knowledge that
not.
Inquisitors are people you don't want to fuck with,
Yeah,
regardless
Yeah.
they
of
are
everything else. Like there's enough rumor around them that you don't know exactly what they are unless you've met one before.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But all of those rumors point to these are walking death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're treated like Darth Vader in terms of they can just kill whoever they want and no one bats an eye, legally speaking.
Mhm.
Yeah. Listen, I've heard
Um,
rumors about these guys. They can not even blink and kill us all.
Perhaps we negotiate with Mara while we're off station for a better hyperdrive.
I don't think any amount of pay is worth this. Can't spend our money if we're dead.
Oh, that's true.
We already did the negotiations. This is our deal.
this is
We can
why
return it, can't we? That's oh
Mara is upgrading our ship, or at least fixing it.
she hasn't done
I
that yet.
believe we could upgrade. Um, I, for one, am curious as to why an Inquisitor would be after this person.
Agreed. I say we see the mission through.
I'm not
We're
one
not
to
going
back out
after
of a
the
job.
We're doomed.
I, for one, have a good feeling about this.
Yeah, but your good feeling. You're a Mandalorian. Your good feelings, lead us towards death and destruction. That's kind of your thing.
And have we died?
Got a point.
Death and destruction is my
It's
religion.
only a matter of time. Okay.
We all die in a matter of time.
Well, I'm trying to delay that as much as possible. I go and call her back and offer her a cred for the info if a cred works.
Yeah, she'll that is abstract enough that you bribe her for the information. What comes back is a readout of a conversation between Inquisitor Rix and someone at the Imperial High Command. Their dispatch orders basically telling Rix to head to the Baxel sector to find this person before the rebellion can, because they are in possession of, and it's not quite clear what, but some data that the Empire wants their hands on.
Before the rebellion can?
Yeah.
Now, Mara just wanted this person, not necessarily their data, correct?
Technically, yeah, it was dead or alive. You want to
So-
play both
Data could be
sides?
more valuable.
I believe we could call in some mutual friends to help with the Inquisitor, if there is one there.
I can't find on our ship an actual log of our credits. You said we had 2.
Oh,
there
I
it
just
is.
removed one.
Perfect.
Yep.
Okay, I just saw it. I finally found it. Okay.
I'm not sure if any of my brothers and sisters are on planet. I could look when we're there, but if we had some extra help, we could lessen the Inquisitor bomb if it was there. Worst case, whatever rebels are on planet, we could speak with, see what they know. Perhaps give them the data this
Give?
Hishra
Not
has.
for free.
That's not going to
No.
happen.
No, they would pay for it. I apologize if my
A
basic
cloaking
is...
device for our ship, or
No, just
Yes.
not in terms of just money. Money is more
Money is good.
less likely to get
Credits are
shot
good.
by TIE fighters.
True.
If we can have them pay for the data this Hishra has, then bring Hishra to Mara, and we're all square.
Indeed. You're going to find more Mandalorians to send after the Inquisitor?
Perhaps. I believe I have a teacher that might be in system. I'd have to look them up.
I think that's a good idea.
There might be a fellow Mandalorian I could call in well, but I'm on the best terms with my teacher. A fellow Mandalorian. Well, we know each other. We might not. In a scale of an up arrow and a down arrow, they are neutral.
In a scale of -1 to +1.
Yeah.
So, Doc, you've been awful quiet. What are you thinking over there in your co-pilot chair?
Putting the cart before the horse a little bit here. We are trying to deal with an Inquisitor before we even know where they are, and trying to sell off information we don't even have. Let's deal with these things one at a time.
As a heads up, if that Inquisitor, whatever they are, end up like, I'm not getting in a fight with him. I run. Maybe I'll live if I run. Just a warning. I'm not saying to
I
fight.
would gladly do battle with an Inquisitor.
Well, I hope you have a will.
Shoot him while you back
have.
him.
I don't have a will. I have the way.
Good night, everybody.
You set me up for it.
Yeah,
You set
walked
me
right into
up
that
for
one, I say.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-bup.
All right, so yeah, if you guys want to use free play to like do any reconnaissance or things like that, we can do that. Or if you just want to jump into the job itself, we can run into that.
I wanted to make some calls, and if we're like, are we like above the planet? Are we landed on the planet? Like, are we still sort of like nebulous?
You're wherever you need to be right now.
Okay.
We haven't established, so
I would like to, as soon as we're like in system, sort of like retreat to my room and try and commune with the Force and see if there's any other Force users, like maybe on planet, that I can sense.
okay.
That could go very badly.
It could go
Yeah.
very badly.
Yep. Let's find out.
I assume it's just a tune.
Yeah.
Cool. He will lock his door, take off his helmet, and like attune.
And the camera never shows his face.
Exactly. You only ever see like his
below,
tendrils.
like the neck and below. Oh,
Yeah.
and the tendrils. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's my position?
Risky.
Mm-hmm. Standard?
Yeah.
Cool.
Now you can always push it if you want, but
I think I'm gonna hold on to my stress.
I think we're gonna.
no,
need
I'm saying
to
you
save
can trade position for effect if you wanna really tune to the
Oh.
Force and go desperate. You can.
I don't think that.
I don't
XP is
get
gonna
a
matter.
benefit. I don't get a benefit
Plus
from
risky,
that,
we
so
could
I'm
get
gonna
a
say
gambit.
no.
We could get a
Yeah.
gambit on a risky.
All right, here we go. I'm rolling it.
Ooh.
Okay.
We're doing so well.
So
At least it's now, not later.
We get the force theme behind you as everything is serene and calm as you begin reaching out with the force to those sensitive around you. Um, and I think we see like the camera sort of pans down to the landscape of a bunch of dotted islands with white sand and like lush jungle environments on the islands as we're like whisking over the landscape. And you do sense 2 or 3 very, very faint, um, little blips. But then as you, as the camera flies over a larger landmass, um, you feel something sense you,
Oh no.
and it is malevolent.
Is dark.
Yes.
And cold.
Yeah. If he senses that, he will immediately like snap out of it and go, well, shit, and put his helmet back on.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're doing so good at this. We're very good at reaching out to people.
Mhm. I'm
So-
looking at my contacts list and seeing the only one likely to be on this planet being a negative contact.
Yeah, I think what's the first thing I'm gonna do? First thing I'm gonna do, I think, is we have our crew contact that's a rebel commander.
Mhm.
Now, we already have established that there's a different rebel commander here, so I think they're not based on this planet, but we could still reach out to them to ask them what's
Like-
up if they know. Depends how like separated the rebels here
The
are from
command
each other,
is,
each
yeah.
cell. Should I be the one to do that, or does someone else? I think I might. I have a rebel history.
I have
And,
rebel history.
I will say it now since it's a one shot. My character betrayed the rebels, but not everyone knows that. That's why we still have a contact. But my negative contact is the one who knows that, and it's not murderous towards me, but it's a whole thing. So the rebel commander doesn't know that I sold out my former rebel cell. So it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
No
Everything's
problems.
fine. As long as we don't see ones.
Yeah, that's true.
What's this? I just got a readout. What's this about you?
Yeah.
Would you like anything to share with the class?
Okay. So I think I'll call Geel Redeem.
All right, yeah. Yeah, you place the call through to Geel. And yeah, he pops up on the hologram. Just well-muscled, dark-skinned man with close-cropped hair and sort of a ragged beard. You can tell just by looking at him that he's been under a lot of stress, and he's very haggard looking.
Yeah. I think amongst the rebels, if they believe my like story, I would be assumed to be like one of the few who escaped like an like the Imperials taking out my cell. And then I'm just like laying low until there's an opportunity to rebuild. So they would
Okay.
I probably pretend I'm still with the cause.
All right, yeah. So your reputation is one of just laying low because everyone in your unit got massacred.
There's not
and-
enough rebels to act in from like to rebuild. Yeah.
To like reinstitute that cell.
Yeah.
So yeah, Geel pops up and looks at you and says, what can I do for you?"
I think I say, yeah, Commander Redeem, good to see you again. I heard that there was some kind of situation on Ulesia, and I know you're not the commander there, but I thought that since I served, my commander served under you at the time, that I might. He's still like nervous and stuttering a bit, but it feels more self-conscious. Eventually, he finally says, "I might ask you if I can help. I'm on my way there."
Listen, communication hasn't been that great lately. What's going on in Ulesia?
some kind of issue with some kind of data. Someone called Hishra Grawl apparently has some kind of data. It's a whole thing. I'm just hearing about it now as I was on my way there, so I thought I would check in and see if I could help.
Yeah, I never heard of him. Let me give me a second. And he disappears off of the hologram and comes back with a data pad in his hand.
I take that moment to like
And
wipe the sweat from my forehead.
he's like, looks like our contact there is Lieutenant Oris. You might want to get in touch with them. And he transmits you a code, a clearance code.
Oh,
He's like,
that's
just
perfect.
send this to authenticate. Listen, it's kind of rough here at the moment. Any more trouble, you just have them call me. But I got some fires to put out.
Okay. Good luck, Commander.
You too. And the line goes dead.
Next call. I like recover for a bit and then make the next call to the lieutenant.
Okay.
Would you like me in on this call with you? Because
I-
we both have rebel ties.
We do. I don't know. Do I know about your rebel ties?
Um,
Because I would
I
would
would-
try to keep mine pretty close to the chest. Like anything, and
Okay.
I'd try to not tell anyone I was even once with rebels in terms of the crew.
I think it's probably like some Mandalorian clans work with the Empire, some don't,
Yeah.
right? So it's probably like you can assume that Chick is like more with the rebellion than the Empire. I mean, A, we stole the ship with each other.
Yeah.
B, right, like whenever there's a chance to screw over the Empire, I think Chick takes it.
Okay, so you're pretty anti-Empire.
Yeah.
I think I'd probably make the call alone though, because for him,
Mhm.
the rebel is his dark secret, basically,
Mhm.
his affiliation with them. So, yeah, I'll make the call.
All right. So yeah, you send the authentication code, and it takes a little while. Now you guys are traveling for a bit because you have to go sublight.
Yeah.
But eventually, yeah, you do get a call back from this guy, Lieutenant Oris. And he looks exactly like that, down to holding the gun in his hand currently. And he's like, so just returning your call. I see you. Is there communication needed to get through?
No, Lieutenant, I'm a former operative about to arrive on Ulesia. I thought I would offer some help to apprehend this data I heard about.
You have to be a bit more specific. What data?
Hishragral.
Oh, that data.
I heard about it. It's not exactly common news, but I'm on my way to the planet anyways, and thought I might help out.
Yeah, well, it's just sort of an all hands on deck situation down here. So yeah, if you want to report to it, he sends you some coordinates. Report here, and we can always use the help of a talented individual such as yourself.
About that, I'm lying low right now with a crew that is not exactly 100% on board. We're still happy to work with you and all of that, but I don't think they'd be happy just walking into a base like that, especially well, we just stole an Imperial ship, which I give like a smile because I'm sure he probably likes the sound of stealing Imperial ships, but also I assume the rebels don't like it when you land an Imperial ship on the front door.
Yeah, you catch some glances. He says, "All right, look, there's a couple of things going on right now. I can send one of my people to meet you and brief you, but really we can't talk about any. Like even saying that name right now is not great."
I nod. I say, when and where?
Yeah, he sends you coordinates. It's on one of the continents in a smaller city. He's like, there's a couple warehouses there. Well, I'll send them down there. Just you know, send us an alert when you're on planet.
I nod. Thank you, Lieutenant. Happy to help out.
Yeah, he salutes.
Yeah,
And
I like
right,
hesitate and then eventually like rusty salute back.
as he like bends down to hit the button to end the communication, you see someone run into frame just next to him, yelling "Lieutenant, Lieutenant!" and it cuts dead.
Okay. Yeah.
Mhm.
So I go out to the rest of the crew as we're probably just like doing our own research and preparing. And I say I contacted the managed to make contact with the rebellion on Ulesia. They're gonna meet and brief us with more details at these coordinates. I like pass them to everyone. So
Have an offer on the data?
he doesn't even want to just. He didn't even. I mentioned the name of the guy we're after, and he said it was insecure. I think people are watching the channels. We'll want to be careful. Meeting in person seems like the only
Mm.
thing they're comfortable with. Everyone's playing this super close to the chest.
I still need to make a call to some of my people. If anyone else needs the holophone first, I will defer because I had a
Totally.
scene just before this one. Does anyone else need
I
to
need
make
a
any
drink.
hollow?
No, I just go and get
Wait
get a
for the
drink.
phone. Yeah, no. Go ahead.
Yeah, so with the added information of like, hey, they're probably watching the hollow channels, he
Mhm.
probably sends the Star Wars equivalent of a text message out
Okay,
to
like an encoded message out.
like an encoded
Yeah.
message in Mandalorian and Mandoa,
Mm.
just asking like any coverts, clan wreck. Like that's just his sign tag is like his clan.
Okay. Are you calling on a specific contact, or are you just trying to send that out to the ether to see who's around?
I would hope for a contact, but if there's just in the ether, if someone just happens to be on the planet, then it's fine.
Okay. Well, yeah. If you've got a contact, that's better because you can invoke them.
Okay.
As long as they make sense.
Yeah, you could also try to. I believe it's connect or consort. What's it called here?
Probably consort, which I don't have, so
Consort,
I'll
yeah,
invoke
would
a
be.
friend. Um, because you said I sensed 2 to 3 force entities on planet, and then a fourth one that was super bad, which I assume is the Inquisitor. Right? It was
That's a reasonable assumption. Yes.
yeah. So sure. Let's say one of those blips was his former teacher Horrocks.
Okay. Yeah. Hiding out here on the planet.
Maybe assisting when needed with the rebellion.
So what are they doing? Because they are, I assume they are a former Jedi or not.
No, so my idea behind this is I looked into the and during the Jedi Mandalorian Wars, there was actually a group of Jedi who defected to the Mandalorians.
Mhm.
And in canon, they eventually got captured. But I like the idea of like maybe a couple of them started their own clans. So he's like a descendant of this like old tradition of like Mandalorian Jedis.
Okay. So they're like the Tao of the Way, basically. Like they're even more spiritually into the Way and use the
Yeah,
Force through that.
it's like melding the way of the Mandalorian with the way of the Jedi, and it's sort of like this weird sort of like mishmash of religions.
Okay, yeah. I assume they'd be at the very least gray Jedi.
Yeah, it's like a great. I put in my character sheet the Gray Jedi code, and I just
Okay.
added "This is the way" at the end. So
Fair enough. All right. So for the uninitiated, gray Jedi they walk the middle path, right?
yeah,
They're not really good or really evil. They are true neutral.
Yep.
All right.
So yeah, Hicks is on planet, or sorry, Horrocks is on planet.
Mhm.
Probably maintaining cover at one of the like spice refinement facilities, just laying low,
Yeah.
because Force users, whether they're Jedi or not, are still exterminated.
yeah. Tell that to the Night Sisters.
Well, if you've got powerful enough people, anything's
Yeah.
possible.
Mhm.
Yeah, so it's probably not like a hollow call. It's probably just like he chirps back, and then I just say like where we're gonna land,
Yeah,
and like
he
we set
says
up
he
like a
can.
meeting.
Yeah, he says he can meet you whenever you're available. Like you
Yeah.
just you call on him and he'll be there.
Yeah. Yep. So Chick reports back that he made contact.
Okay.
We'll have to do some groundwork when we get there.
Rocking into a mess of things, and no one will even tell us how much of one tour there.
Got no
Alright.
choice but to walk into it. Let's go.
Eyes wide open, I suppose. Do we land?
Yeah, with
Anyone
that-
want to do anything
yeah,
before
with
we
that-
land?
Yeah. Any other prep? No.
Let's
Okay.
land. I'm prepping
We
to
wipe.
land.
Yeah, we wipe to the judge landing at an independent starport at a on one of the small continents near that city that we previously mentioned.
Mhm.
Yeah, you pay the docking fee. You don't have to actually pay it. It's just and then you are on the bright white sands of Ulesia. It's a rather hot day. I don't know if Mandalorian armor is air conditioned, but if it's not, there's significant chafing going on within the next couple hours due to the humidity.
Well, he's also Nautilus, so he's got to be a little moist.
But yeah,
he might go take a dip and then get out of the water.
But basically, this city that you're in it's a walled city. Seems to be fairly well defended. But when you look at the defenders, you notice that all of them are wearing the insignias of different criminal syndicates.
Like
Much
so,
of a
Like it's a
Imperial
mixture,
presence?
I think.
There's some Imperial presence, but you notice that they mostly keep to the buildings that they're stationed in. Like there's
It's token.
yeah.
Oh, okay, so it's like-
they don't patrol, but they're there.
Yeah, they have an office.
so like there's one building that'll have stormtroopers, but like on the walls there's like maybe Black Sun, maybe like another criminal syndicate. Like, do you ever see two different syndicate guys walking like with each other, or is
Not-
it like very much segregated?
It's not like they're not mixing, but the individual groups of guards are homogenous amongst the So
Okay.
there
Yeah.
will be a group of Black Sun, a group of Pike, a group of whoever else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it does look like they're in cooperation defending this area.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna go to this warehouse, meet with the rebel contact. I'd like look around slightly, even though we're like still in the ship, I think.
I will meet with my teacher.
Good luck.
Do we want to-
Splitting up? Or
Like, do we want
Guys
to
going
swap
to visit-
partners from last time?
I can handle mine by myself. It's fine.
I don't think going alone's a great idea. I'll join you.
Yes, we should swap partners for
Okay.
characters.
all
Gum,
right.
All
I
the
believe you would
foils.
like my teacher,
All right.
Ezekiel.
Let's go then.
Zeke, are you bringing your astromech droid with you? Okay.
We love droids.
So the two of you heading to the warehouse. By the time you get there, it's getting towards sundown. Like long shadows along the ground. You're basically in a more densely packed area of the city. There's enough room for like a single. Why am I forgetting the name of the stupid cars?
Speeder?
Land speeder?
Speeders. Yeah, land speeders. There's like room for a single land speeder to go down the road, but that's about it. The rest of it is just stalls and a bunch of other things. And there are a series of Quonset hut looking emplacements that are the warehouses.
Okay.
Just long domed buildings.
I have been carefully and very quietly explaining my version of the situation to the doc. Like so basically like they think that I'm a rebel sympathizer here to help them. So we're still neutral overall, but they think I'm more loyal than I am. So keep that in mind. They'll probably treat me differently than you might expect. But yeah, I just told them that I wanted to help. But we haven't brought up payment yet. You're just looking at me implacably.
Essentially, yes.
Like, and they, I don't know who they're sending. And yeah, I just keep talking as you just
Let's see how nervous I can get you before.
And they saluted before, so I guess I could try saluting this time, but it doesn't mean anything. And yeah, I just keep like not. I keep half lying.
Push the door open and go into wherever we're supposed to go.
Yeah.
Without saying a word.
So in the warehouse itself, it's pretty dark. It's very quiet. And you spend a little time waiting, like looking around. And suddenly from behind you, you hear a blaster rifle begin to charge.
I
Uh,
duck.
Yeah.
And
Duck
stepping out,
cover to the side.
stepping out from the shadows, you see a Rhodian with a blaster rifle. He looks like that.
Roloo!
And speaking in Huttese, he comes out and begins asking you who you are. Like,
I say
You're here to meet with someone?
yes, the lieutenant told
Are
me
you
to
them?
come here. No, that's not the no.
No, I know.
We're supposed to be here.
Yeah, in Huttese again, you hear like Chamba Turak Oris, and he's asking you like, you're here to see Oris, Lieutenant?
Someone he sent, I say, responding in Huttese as well.
All right, so yeah, you go back and forth in Huttese a little bit, establishing your bona fides. Yeah, he asks for the basically the confirmation code that you were given before, just to authenticate you are who you are. Okay. And then yeah, he puts the blaster rifle down, and he pulls his sleeve up, and you can see tattooed on his skin the symbol of the rebellion.
I like look at it for a bit and like blink.
He's like, "You're here to see me."
Yeah. Evidently.
So what can you tell us about Hishra?
We're here to help.
He says that Hishra has recently arrived on planet. All the rebellion really knows is that he has important data that some of the higher ups have said that they need. There's he even says the name Mothma at one point as to like who's ordering getting this stuff.
Yeah, and everyone who even was once in the rebellion has heard of Mothma.
Yeah. So Mon Mothma is the leader of the rebellion, or one of them.
Yeah, the face of the rebellion, basically.
Yeah. And he says that we know that the Empire's after whatever he has. We know that if the Empire finds him, he's dead, and we lose any upper hand we could possibly have with getting this information.
So it's
Um,
another day in the life.
pretty much. He does say that the only lead the rebellion has is they've been trying to track down Piero Locke because apparently Hishra had gotten in touch with him. Piero is someone on planet here who, if you have something that needs to be hidden, he'll hide it for you.
And you're trying to find that person.
Yeah.
The person who's an expert at hiding things.
Yeah, he's like, so you can see our problem.
Evidently. Okay. Well, anywhere we should start? Anywhere you haven't looked into yet?
Yeah, he gives you a couple of locations for looking for Piero. One of them is in the city here. There's a couple other spots around the planet that he's known to frequent. But there is a cantina here where they've been trying to get in touch, but everyone that they've sent has been identified as a rebellion member. So they can't get far.
Well,
And he's like, if you guys are independent contractors, maybe you'll have better luck.
I'd look at what's your character's name, Marissa? It's not on your. Hold on.
So, anyhow, Ward.
Ward. I look at Ward, shrug, and I say, I think that's our best shot.
No point in going into places they've already checked. We can look at that one for you.
Okay. And then if we I guess my question is if we get you this data, sympathetic as I might be, my crew is independent contractors. So I
How
guess
much
now
is it for?
yeah.
I think he starts the negotiation at 3 cred.
And do you want the guy at all?
I think
Yeah, they want Hishra back speaking. Like they want him alive.
they want him back too for 3 credit.
Yes.
Okay. That's non-negotiable. I ask like if the Imperials are after him, what he could have be separate from the data. What if we find the data without him? What if he dies? Is that just the deal's off, or how much is the data versus him?
I think he says that the data itself is probably worth 2 credit at that point if he's dead. But definitely a bonus for bringing him back alive because they don't know what he knows and they need to talk to him.
I understand that the rebellion is, bit strapped for cash, but we're not idiots. We know there's an Inquisitor involved. We know what we're walking into. 5 cred.
Yeah, at the mention
6
of
if he's alive.
Inquisitor, at the mention of Inquisitor, you hear him mutter under his breath, "Banthapudu."
Yeah, and I'm trying to like use the Inquisitor's presence as leverage for a lot more money.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, go ahead and roll and see what his reaction to you knowing the score is.
Okay. Does sway work?
Yes.
Okay. Position and effect.
I'd say risky standard at this point
Okay.
because, yeah.
Oh, shit.
That's a good idea. Are you helping me at all?
I can't.
You'd have to say something to help me, but you could say something.
Okay, fine. I can't think of something to say. That's not a lot of path, and I think the other side might be more.
I give you a look like that's not appropriate to say, but it still might have the appropriate effect on raising the cash.
And at that, I will offer you. Yeah, so that's good enough for help. Like just being like, there's other people willing to pay more. But I will offer you the devil's bargain of yes, you can get the extra die, but the rebellion is going to know that you're going to play both sides.
That we're
right?
open to
That's
it.
that's a known fact after that.
I will approve of it because I get the +1 die from the Devil's Bargain and the +1 die from the help.
Mhm.
Okay. Can I push it to desperate great if instead of giving you a look like you're not supposed to say that, I like shrug and say maybe, and just like threaten to go to like implicitly threaten to go to the Imperials, or would that be pushing it too much?
I mean, I think if you like dropped some names of like Imperial agents
Oh,
that you're like, I
that's
could just
fair.
go to this guy and
I don't
he'd
actually
pay.
know any, so okay, you're right. That's fair.
I could potentially do that.
You could
I-
also just name drop the Black Sun wants him too. You just name drop Mara.
Yeah.
I don't
I
know if
don't
that
think
would
I'd
put
name drop
they
Mara.
wouldn't care as much. I think they'd need an Imperial.
Yeah, at
Agent
this
name.
stage in the rebellion, I would not be surprised if they have ties to the Black Sun
Yeah,
anyway.
because this is
Mhm.
like the rebellion is now kind of big. It's
Yeah.
No, Marissa does not know any Imperials, but I'd love to name drop just a couple of at least
yeah,
likely sounding names. Sure.
Yeah, within the sector, you can, as a matter of fact, if you
We probably
drop
do.
the name, yeah, you would know Governor Newen Strieg. He is the leader of the Imperial presence in Hutt space. He's the guy.
Absolutely. Name dropping sounds like a great
Okay,
idea.
this is like saying I could just go walk up to Trump's front door and see if he wants to. Like this is that
Yeah.
scale.
I could walk up to the President of the United States and offer my services.
It's that easy. Okay, I'll take the
And-
desperate.
Here's the governor.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, he just looks evil.
Mhm.
Desperate, great effect, bonus
Double.
dice 2, and I think it's our best time. Let's spend our last. I'm gonna spend our last gambit foolishly. Because why we're gonna die anyways, no matter whether or not we spend this gambit. So we might as well do it for more money.
Yeah, at least you'll die being rich.
We
All
haven't
right.
had a single 6 yet this entire game.
Yeah, I know it's
No.
rough. So yeah, he agrees that it's
Oh, I have less effect for my burnt hand. Is that applicable in something like this?
no, because it's
Okay.
you're talking. You don't
Okay,
need your hands
just
for
thought I'd
it.
check.
Yeah, Ralu agrees that it's a dangerous mission. We could certainly make allowances for hazard pay, things of that nature. But I think I want to say he wants to make a counteroffer for something material that's not money, but I don't know what that is. If anybody has a suggestion.
We're on the drug planet.
Yeah,
Cargo?
bunch of spice.
Just a bunch of spice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually think that would. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, we can pay you the 6 cred in spice. That's a
We'll have
lot
to-
of spice.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, it'll have to do.
We'll take it. Once we've got the data.
So that's 6 cred if he's alive, 5 if we just get the data,
It'd be 4 at this point because it's a ratio.
4 if we just get the data. Okay.
Okay. Still probably better to just give them the data, and I think we'll probably get 2.
Say he died.
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right. Before we wipe over to the other crew, we want to go to break for 5 minutes or so. Come back and
I am good with that.
do that.
Okay. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
Make another coffee.
Mhm.